Hey guys, we're on location today, and that location just happens to be my bathroom, the one my wife and I use. It is in desperate need of updating, but when we moved into this house, we were renting, and well, I'm just going to show you what happened and how I'm going to fix it. So, y'all stick around, let's have some fun.
It's Clarence Cadiddlehopper, and you're watching my YouTube channel. Woo, doggy, let's go build, break, or blow something up.
Alright, as you can see, I had a leak. I had a plumbing leak, and my landlord called the plumber that she likes to use. So I thought, okay, well, he supposedly knows what he's doing, and I came and unlocked my house and went back to work. And he called and said, we're done. And I said, all right. And he said, just give me a holler if you have any questions. And I went home and found this. No piece of sheetrock. I don't even know what he did with it. He did not put it back. He didn't try to fix anything. And this piece of metal right here, this plate, he didn't do this. I actually built this. He actually just put in this piece of PEX and wrapped it to the front of these two nails and hung it out the other side, and the whole thing just jiggled around. So I made this, connected it to the back of the shark bite connection, or this PEX connection. I guess this one isn't shark bite, and screwed it into this. Now, I called him. I said, hey, what's going on? He said, well, I'm a plumber. I don't do drywall and sheetrock. So, I'm going to show you how to fix this. And I'm going to show you how to do it really easy. Let's do it. And, as you can see, I already marked it. I'm going to go ahead and try to kind of, I don't know, pretty this up just a little bit. I'm not too worried about that falling because he left a gigantic hole underneath my sink too. Like I said, we don't have to be perfect. Alright, let's see how big this thing is. We got 5.5 inches by 6.5. Let's go make this piece to go in here and I'll show you what I'm going to do. 5.5 is my height. What I want to do is, if I made that 5.5 by 6.5, that would be the size of the hole. Follow me here. What we're going to do is we're going to make what's called a hat patch. It looks like a little hat, like a top hat. So I need to add something to put my joint compound on. I'm going to add 1 inch for each side. Now, one side up against the mirror, I can't add anything. So I'm going to go 5.5, 6.5, 7.5. Okay. So we'll go our 7.5 and 7.5. Okay. And then we had 6.5 this way. Add 1 inch. Wow, we're going to have 7.5 by 7.5. Now, if you've never cut sheetrock, all you got to do is score the face, snap it, score the back, cut the back. And if you don't have just a piece around, you can go get just like 2 foot by 2 foot pieces. Or you can buy a whole sheet 4x8 for, you know, $6 or $7. Whole lot cheaper than hiring somebody to come do it. Okay, if you remember, we need 5.5 tall, 6.5 long. But I want to make sure that it fits okay. I'm going to drop that back about 1/8 inch, 6 3/8. Okay, and then I know I got 1 inch from each side. but I want to make sure that it fits that way okay also. I'm going to drop back an inch one side and about 1 1/8 inches on the other. Okay, here's the trick. I want to score this, I want to break it, but I don't want to cut the front side, I want to peel it off. Man, I just keep wondering if y'all can hear my belly. Now, score and roll. Look at there. Now, you gotta kind of make it clean. And that's also a reason I like to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So, here's our hat patch. Here's what it's gonna do. It's gonna sit right in there. What's the problem with this sheetrock? It's a little thicker than this sheetrock. But I don't care. I don't care at all. You need to find you a little piece of scrap wood. Recognize that? And it's a little bit better. Now, you see, I got just a little bit of a lip right there from the old stuff to this new stuff. Old stuff is a little bit thicker. That's okay. It's all gonna work out when we float it out. And I'm going to put one screw right there. No hole. Okay, so I'm gonna have to mix up a little bit of joint compound. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, your local hardware store, whatever. Just get a small tub of joint compound. Mix some water with it. Get your little knife, trowel, whatever you want. 6-inch broad knife works great. Do whatever you can. I'm gonna do that right quick. All right. I think I paid $2 for this. I don't know. I didn't pay much. Of course, my 6-inch broad knife's a hide. Took my joint compound and added just a little bit of water to it. And I'm just mixing it together, kind of smoothing it out. I typically would do this with a drill and a 5-gallon bucket, but I don't need all that much, so we're going to work with what we got. Just as you should. All I'm doing is back buttering. That's what I call it. I'm just putting the joint compound behind where we made our little hat. I could have taped off the mirror trim and all that, but good Lord, you see it? It's got paint all over it. What's it gonna matter? Now, Kind of nifty. And I'm going to go ahead and put some on the top side. You see, I didn't mix for a long time, and so it's clumpy. That's okay. The reason I'm putting it on the top side is not so much so that I can mud it out, so that I can get the top of that paper wet. It'll help stick better. Now, we're going to let that dry. Oh, I don't know. Probably be good to dry overnight, but I don't want to wait overnight. I'll probably come back in about an hour and continue on. We'll see you then. All right, it's not perfectly dry, but, and my mud has still got chunks in it. That's okay. I am going to continue on. Alright guys, you see all these lines? I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then I'll come back and I will go across it and I'll fill the rest of it in. Hey, let's fill that in right quick. Oh, cut that chunk flying off of there. Yep. Now I'll come back and I'll smooth this out. And I'll let you see what it looks like whenever I'm done. So, give me 2.5 seconds, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. It's been a day, an entire day. And it's dried out completely. So what I'm going to do is, actually, spread some more mud. You know, see that I got a bigger knife. And I did not do anything with the mud that I had. I just left it in the pan, stuck some stuff over it, called it good. So what I'm going to do is just kind of start smoothing this out. Yep. If I was smart, I'd leave it alone. Let it dry right there for a little bit, come back and hit it again. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, so it's been about, I don't know, an hour and a half. I ate some dinner, talked to my son, watched some YouTube, and I came back and it's dry enough. And I'm gonna put another coat on. Probably be my last coat, actually. So, let's do this. There you go. Good enough. Just remember, I actually work mud pretty smoothly, but you can always sand it. So if you just want to glob it up there and sand it off. It just makes a big mess. So I did switch to, you know, a bigger trowel or broad knife trowel. Good Lord, I'm not doing concrete. So, I'll paint it, I'll let it dry. I may go ahead and do some texture on this, a little bit of texture in a can, something. It's got like 3 different textures. I think it was painted a couple of different times and maybe even some sealant paint. It looks like it was green. You can tell I'm not real worried about this. At least it's not a hole in the wall. But, if I can do it, you can do it. You guys have a great evening, and I'll catch you next time. Go fill a hole. Oh, here, let's redo this. Okay. Okay, guys, so here's the last part. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this all in, but I had a stud right here, and I added a block right here. If I didn't have that stud, I would have just put a block on each end. It's not rocket science. Just put something so you can nail to it. Float it out, and save yourself 150 bucks to have somebody come do it. Plus you're gonna have to paint it yourself. Y'all have a good evening. I'll catch you next time.